So a pretty minor trade just happened. It's definitely not as big as the trade that happened yesterday. I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I really couldn't think of anything else to make a video on today, so I thought I might as well cover it in a quick video for you guys. So the Los Angeles Kings sent Carl Hagelin to the Washington Capitals in exchange for a third-round draft pick in the 2019 NHL draft and a sixth-round pick in the 2020 draft. There's a bunch of weird conditions on the sixth-round pick. I'm not really going to get into those because it's just a sixth-round pick. It's kind of just to throw in a little bit of a deal sweetener, but the main thing that the Kings got back was a third-round pick. And, you know, draft picks are draft picks, and LA is obviously going in a rebuilding direction, so it's always nice to get draft picks back in exchange for some older players that you're probably not going to have in a couple of years. Over the past 48 hours, the Washington Capitals have been pretty busy in terms of roster moves. They put Devontae Smith-Pelly on waivers. He was not claimed, so he still is a member of the Washington Capitals organization, but I'm very surprised by that move, and I'm surprised that nobody claimed him. He's a very good bottom six forward. He had an amazing Stanley Cup Finals, obviously, in this past playoffs, and I'm just very surprised that no one claimed him, so I think Washington's kind of lucky that he's still going to be kicking around, and I think that could have been a move just to make room because they saw this trade coming. I think Carl Hagelin is a pretty decent addition in their bottom six, but I'm not sure if he's really an upgrade over Devontae Smith-Pelly, and there's also rumors that they're going to place Dmitry Yaskin on waivers. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Washington Capitals over the next couple of days with all the movement going on. Obviously, these are pretty minor moves, but they could play a big role down the line of the season. After being traded to the Washington Capitals, this is now Carl Hagelin's fifth NHL team. He started his career with the New York Rangers, played 1 year with the Ducks, and then since 2015 up until this year, he was a member of the Penguins. Obviously, at the beginning of this year, though, he was traded to the LA Kings in exchange for Tanner Pearson, so there's been a lot of moving around for Carl Hagelin. Hopefully, he finds a home for a little bit here in Washington, and he can be a member of their team down the stretch. He brings some good scoring depth, but like I said, I just don't really know if he's going to be an upgrade over a guy like Smith-Pelly. I'm sure they're going to bring Smith-Pelly back up and slot him into the lineup, but I just don't really know what their goal is with their bottom six. Obviously, it's looking like they want a little bit more scoring as opposed to the grit that Smith-Pelly brings to the table, but nonetheless, I think this is a pretty decent move for both teams. Obviously, like I said, for the LA Kings, heading in a rebuilding direction, and you can never have too many draft picks. Carl Hagelin definitely wasn't a part of their future or even the now because they're kind of out of the playoff race a little bit, but you know, anything can happen in the Western Conference. But nonetheless, I do like this trade kind of for both sides. I'm still a little iffy on what Washington's goal is in terms of filling out the bottom six of their roster for the second half or the back end of the season heading into the playoffs, but obviously we will see how this pans out, and if you're a Washington or LA fan, make sure you let me know how you feel about this trade down in the comment section. So basically for LA, it's pretty much like they traded Tanner Pearson to get these draft picks because obviously they did trade Tanner Pearson to acquire Carl Hagelin. So let me know how you guys feel about this trade, like I said, especially if you're a fan of either of these teams or just a fan of the NHL in general. So with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content, and I will see you guys all in the next video.